Hi, welcome back to our series on being relational, 7 ways in 7 weeks. You know, while we say that being relational begins with being engaged, it would be a misunderstanding to think that the qualities of being relational are linear. They are not linear. While there are 7 ways they work together, they are also standalones on their own. And as I was reflecting more about being engaged with you on what I will call part 1 last week, when we took a look at political discussions, especially over the holidays, I wanted to revisit that again. And today, let's just call it part 2. But on those discussions that are not just about politics and not so heated, not the ones that are not interesting to you, but rather the ones that take on the quality of being engaged, that you know is about caring about the quality of engagement. You know it's about efforting, that you're moving towards others with respect for what they have to say. And you know that it's about listening deeply because you know what it is like to be listened to. So there is a deep relational motivation to listen to others in the way that we yearn to be listened to. So let's think about it with the art of conversation around the holidays. I am wondering if the art of conversation and being relational and being engaged is perhaps in jeopardy in the digital world in which we live. I mean, think about it. We will even put other people's lives at risk texting while driving because we're so addicted, so distracted by our smartphones. We will text people who are in the same room as we are. We might be working with them, we might be on a project with them, they might be in the back seat. And we see it with our kids. It's just so crazy, right? And we oftentimes are emailing or texting rather than picking up the phone where we can hear someone's voice and the timbre and intonation of their language. So I'm thinking about the holidays and asking you to join me in this thinking of what would it be like if we set aside our smartphones. You know, there was an article in the New York Times not too long ago, a few summers back, that did a little research project asking people who were having lunch together, 2, 3 people at a time, but hundreds of people were interviewed, when they had their smartphones on the table. And did it impact the quality of their engagement? You know what they found? People reported that the mere presence of a phone had them keep their conversation to a superficial level, to a level that never went too deep. And you know, as we study being relational and the relational brain, you know, the brain is very relational, we understand why that happens, because we do not have the ability to concentrate on anything that's an executive task or thought at the same time as another executive task or thought. We can just do one or the other. And so it's no wonder our attention gets split. But the idea that it was split simply by the presence of a smartphone device. So I'm thinking about asking those who come for our turkey or our tofu or whatever it is that you're preparing for your guests, or you might be one of the guests who is arriving to the host house, thinking about putting aside and asking others to set aside their smartphones. And if that's not a problem, how marvelous that would be, incorporating into our gathering, our prayer of abundance, the appreciation for the ability that we all have gathered for conversation, face-to-face engagement. That's what being relational is all about. It will take us through the times of great ease with greater depth, and it will take us through the times where things can get a little rough and tumbly. Happy holidays.